Okay, so first of all, I had to flex a little bit because in my area we have the prettiest autumnal foliage, and it is peak weekend this weekend or this week. And so I had to show off a little bit of our colors and come out to the park to film this video. But it is very windy. There's construction going on back there. The fire alarms were just going off right there. We'll see if we can make it through this. I have been on YouTube since 2016 and consistently since 2017. And when I started, I very much so didn't even care if I grew on the platform. And now I very much so do care if I grow on the platform. So there's a ton of things I would have done differently. If I could like go back, if I could start over, if I could say, okay, we're starting from scratch, Jessica, what are we gonna do differently? And so I thought we could chat about that. Also, my dumb butt left the house with all my supplies. Thankfully, I'm at a park like not far from my house. All my supplies and not my extra battery. So I'm gonna try to get this video done. We'll see. And before we actually jump into the meat and potatoes here, I need to tell you about a really cool free challenge that I am hosting super freaking soon. Like when you watch this, you need to sign up now. Are those bear prints? I think there's bear prints on this trash can. When you watch this, you need to sign up now because it's gonna start like on Monday and I need you there, okay? It's called the YouTube Creator Jumpstart, and I'm gonna walk you through 5 days of getting started or getting better on YouTube. On day 1, we're gonna talk about the #1 thing you need to know to grow on YouTube, like the thing that is far and above everything else that we'll talk about. On day 2, I'm gonna teach you my secret formula to never running out of content ideas. So literally how to create content consistently forever and ever, amen. Day 3, I'm gonna teach you how to create a viral video and how to know when videos are gonna do well and how you can replicate that over and over and over again. Day 4, we're gonna tackle filming and editing and kind of the nitty-gritty that you need to know. And most specifically, we're gonna tackle filming on your phone because I don't want you to have to feel like you have to have more equipment than that to film a good video. And on day 5, we're gonna talk about money. We're gonna talk about all the ways you can make money as a YouTuber and or all the ways that you can use YouTube to make you more money if you already have an existing business. So if you're sitting there and you're like, girl, yes, hush, I'm ready to sign up. All you have to do is go to heyjessica.com/jumpstart. And it is a free challenge. You can sign up totally for free. There is a VIP option that's $97 that gets you access to VIP calls, channel audits, and some other fun bonuses. So you'll see that on the sign up page. If you have other questions, check the sign up page first. I guarantee they're answered there, but I can't wait to see you on the inside. This first thing I would do differently if I were starting over is gonna shock you. I'm gonna be honest. It's going to probably make you go, what? What, Jessica? What did you just say? And that is, I would not niche down. And that's not entirely true. Let me explain, but I wouldn't niche like super far down. So if you have been here for any amount of time, you know that I love to tell people to niche down and that I think it's one of the keys to YouTube. And that is very freaking true. But niching down too much can actually cause problems. And if I were starting over, I would ditch the niche. Like I say, kind of. I would still niche down to the person I want to see my video, the people who would be interested, but I wouldn't go so niched on one particular topic or subject matter because then you niche yourself in a hole, you get burnt out, the people watching get tired of watching because you're talking about the same thing over and over again. And then odds are you will find yourself in a search-driven channel hole, which we'll talk about more in a minute. Niching is powerful, but not in the way that maybe you think you should do it. Niching should really be about the person you're trying to attract and less about the subject matter. And gosh, I wish I knew that 6 years ago because I feel like I would have created more of a, hey, it's Jessica channel than a let's talk business all the time and get found in search channel. And so if you're just getting started or you haven't started yet, I would say pick a niche as far as your person. Who are they? What do they want to hear from you? How do you want to fit into this world? What do you want to sell later on? Think about the people that fit into that and then build out your content around the person and less about the actual subject matter. All right, I hit on this a second ago, but it is definitely top of the list. So not niching too far down, and then this is #2, hands down. These are in order. #2 would be I would not focus on search and SEO so much. What was really cool is that I actually found success pretty darn early on YouTube from focusing on SEO and search, and I figured it out, right? It was like a puzzle that everybody's always trying to figure out, how do you get found in search? How does this all work? How do you take advantage of SEO? And I figured it out. I put the puzzle pieces together and I just went home on that strategy. And honestly, it worked for a really long time. But here's the problem. Actually, there's a lot of problems that go along with that. Eventually, the videos that get found in search are going to start dropping off, and you're going to have this threshold of views and money and like whatever else that is up here that is eventually just going to fall off. And I actually had that happen in 2021, which is where I talked about my channel dying. That's what was happening. All of these search heavy videos that had basically carried my channel for years were dropping off because they were no longer relevant. People were creating new ones. They were old, whatever. Now, YouTube content lives longer than like any other content on the internets, but it's still one of those things where the older the video is, the less relevant. So that could be one thing that happens. But two, and most importantly, you will build a channel full of people who only found you and only possibly subscribed because you solved a problem for them. They weren't in it for you. And let me explain what I mean here. So if I'm out here and I'm creating a vlog channel and I'm literally like, let me show you my day or whatever, right? People are in it for me. They're not really in it because I'm teaching them something or because they were searching for something and I showed up. They're in it for me, my personality, my life, me as a human. And as a creator, that's really important. But if you're a search-driven channel only, which is what I was, then people are like, go into the Google box and they're like, okay, I want to know how to do this thing in Trello. I want to know how to use ClickUp, like whatever the scenario is. And they're finding my channel. And yes, they probably like the way I teach, which is why they enjoyed my videos or whatever. But I solved their problem, I checked that box, and then they're off to the next person. It's not like they're sitting there and they're like, I wonder what Jessica's up to, because all I was doing was spitting information at them and solving a problem for them in the moment, and there was no like tie back to want to come follow me or come hang out with me after that one video. And that is the real reason my channel was dying, because I had never like formed that connection. And while I had always like brought my personality in my videos, because I think it would be completely impossible for me not to, I had never really thought of it as they are here for me. I always thought of it as get in, get out, answer the question as quick as possible, because they're searching, they don't care about all of that and whatever. And I had grown to about 100,000 subscribers with that strategy. But then it all came crashing down. It all stopped. My views basically tanked. My money tanked. And what I really learned was that those people didn't care about me. They had subscribed, and maybe they had subscribed when I was on like a tangent about a certain topic for a while, and then anything else I did they did not care about. And I know for me personally, when I watch channels, there are some channels that I subscribe to that I'm like, I don't give a flying fart about what they're talking about right now. No, zero flying farts. 0% of a flying fart. But I like them as a person and I'm gonna watch. And that is the type of channel you want to build, and you can't do that with SEO search heavy channels. I know you've heard this 1,000 times, but I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's not really a secret, but it's kind of a secret because I'm like whispering. You see this? Anyway, thumbnails are really freaking important. And if I was starting over right now, I would do everything I possibly could to study thumbnails, learn about thumbnails, and get my thumbnail game right from the jump. When I started, thumbnails were important and they definitely served their role, but they're not near as important as they are now because there's more competition and more content on the platform. So your thumbnails are literally the reason someone chooses to be like, I want to click on that. Your thumbnail and your title paired together are that, but that thumbnail plays such a role that if I were starting over, hands down 100%, I would be doing like A/B split testing on thumbnails. I would make sure my thumbnails were shot separately, that I was really putting intention and strategy into my thumbnail game, and it wasn't just an afterthought, which was totally my strategy in the beginning, and I think as most people's. Like most people, you're thinking about the videos, you're thinking about all the things that need to happen in the video, and the thumbnail is like, oh, I'll just grab a screen grab from that. And not to say that doesn't work, it does sometimes, but it doesn't always work, and it doesn't mostly work. It's the exception to the rule, not really the rule. Such a huge piece of being a creator is your community. Like you're not going to be able to have a life or a business as a creator if you don't also have a community behind you. Like if you don't also have people who care about what you're doing. It kind of goes back to the like SEO versus not SEO videos. You've got to have a community behind you, or you're not going to thrive in the way that like you hope to, because it's just going to be the you show and nobody else is going to feel included. So in the beginning, I started my channel as a way to grow my business, and that was it. Like, I had no aspirations of being a full-time YouTuber or, you know, it really even going very far. I thought I might get to like 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers and that'd be it, because there's not a ton of people who want to learn about the things, right? And so because I started the YouTube channel as basically my blog for my business, as a way to get found in search engines, as a way to get people to find me, those loud country boy trucks, they'll get you every time. I was nurturing my community, just not on YouTube. And so when new people would find me on YouTube, they weren't getting brought into the community. They were just getting spit information at, and that was it. And so if I were starting over, I would really think about my community from the jump. I would think about, how do I need to bring these people in to hang out with me? Like, how can I give them more of me, right? And that sounds weird and possibly egotistical, but that's what they want. When somebody finds you on YouTube, they want more of you. They want to know how they can find more of you. They want to know where there's more videos, whether you have a podcast, like they want more of you. And so I would really, really focus on building my community from the get-go, having things that they look forward to, creating a community where they're really freaking excited every time I drop a video. Again, even if it's not exactly what they care to see. Here comes a lawnmower. Oh no, he may just be riding it to town. Like, there's a little town right behind me, and he may just be using it as a vehicle to get over there. I guess we'll see. Yep, that was exactly what was going on. He parked, I don't know if you can see it, right there under that tree, and he's going up the bridge to go to town. If I'm being completely honest with you, there's probably 10,000 other things that I would do differently, but those are the four main, just like, I know that those would make such a difference if I did them differently, things, and the things that I would want to tell you most. Everybody wants to be like, what should my titles be? Should I use TubeBuddy or vidIQ? You know, should I post 1 time a week, 2 times a week? What camera should I use? Everybody gets hung up on all these like technical things that, honest to Pete, don't friggin' matter. I mean, yeah, they do. You need to be consistent. You need to be posting regularly. You need to know about how to film and how to edit and all of that. And I get that, but that's really easy stuff to learn. That's stuff that you already know that you need to know. And these are the kinds of things that I think, even if you watch a video from me 2 years ago, you would hear different advice. And so they're the kind of things that I want to make sure that you know from the get-go. I have like an hour and a half before I have to go get my kids from school. And I think I'm going to take advantage of these leaves and go shoot some B-roll. So you've probably already seen it in this video. And so this wasn't on my list, but as I was thinking about like how to end this video, honest to Pete, I think the biggest thing I wish I knew was that it's possible. If I, a girl who lives in the middle of the country, is 3 hours from an airport, 2 hours from a Target, does not have access to all these like cool things that all the like the people you see on the internet do, can do this. If I can get to 100,000, 180,000, 200,000, a million subscribers, which, I mean, I'd like to do that one day, you know. If I can do it, you can too. And if I can do it while running a business full-time with 2 small children and all the things that come along with that, then whatever you've got going on, you can too. In one of my most recent videos, I saw a bunch of people commenting, like, consistency is cool and all, but I work a full-time job and blah, blah, blah. Then don't do it. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, if you're not gonna put everything into it, like, what's the point? You're spending money on equipment that you probably thought you needed and you bought. You're spending time to put together videos, but you're not like giving it your all, and so it's probably not going to go anywhere. So if you can't put the work in, I wouldn't do it. But if you're willing to put the work in, it's possible regardless of your circumstances and your life and like whatever else you have going on. All right, do not forget to come hang out with me for free in a 5-day challenge called the YouTube Creator Jumpstart. It's gonna be super freaking fun. If you've never been part of one of my challenges before, I can promise you we have an insane amount of fun. And it's totally free to sign up. You can do the VIP version if you want to. All of that's on the sign up page, heyjessica.com/jumpstart. And I'll see you back here soon. Y'all, I'm done filming, but the little old man on the little old man with the what is it, the lawnmower? And I told you he went to town. He went to get groceries. He is walking back across this bridge back here with his groceries, and he's gonna get back on his lawnmower and go home. And that is the cutest thing I think I've ever seen. Okay, bye.